Hey, what's going on, guys? It is the Elemental Pyro here, and welcome back to another episode of Project Infinity. So, where we last left off, as you can see, we built our giant mob farm, which is more just for mobs to spawn so I can go ahead and hit them, helps me gain experience and their loot. But in between episodes, I went ahead and I built this like underground place for storage. As you can see, we are already starting to collect some stuff, which that's cool. Staff of magic arrows. I'll collect that here in a minute. I'll take the carrot and the potato. Sweet. And the inferium. But last time I went ahead and mentioned what we were going to be doing for this episode. As you can see, there's been a few things done. First, we have a way to get dirt. I can't say automatically because I still have to farm all of the saplings and leaves for it. But uh, on the bright side, we have that sort of automation, so the dirt does not go into the hopper right away. So that's a great thing that I was able to take care of. But most notably, over in this section, we have our farm. Like I mentioned, I want to make a pathway all around base with stone brick slabs, which I think is really cool. And I'm starting that in here just so I can get the feel for it. But we do have our inferium seeds starting up. So you collect that and it gives you one inferium seed each. And these wheat crops are so I can get some more seeds so I can make more inferium essence. So let me go ahead and get that started. I hope you guys have been enjoying this series thus far. It's been such a blast to record. I've loved every moment of it. And if you have any suggestions of what you want me to do in the following episode, anything that you think I may have missed, that would be greatly appreciated. And as always, please make sure to hit a like on the video, subscribe, leave a comment, what have you. I'm hoping that we can get to maybe 10 likes on this video. I just hoping. But let's get into this. So, right here in Mystical Agriculture, I know I went through this last time, but we have a bunch of inferium quests. So we got the Welcome to Mystical Agriculture. This is fertilizer, which instantly grows crops. But here's the essence. So inferium essence. Essence is the starting point for all of your growing needs in Mystical Agriculture. Inferium essence is the base tier of all essences. You can get this from mining, killing mobs, or by making seeds to grow them. To make bigger and better essences, you'll need to make an infusion crystal. So let's click that coin. I'm assuming we're going to end up needing that gemstone, but we need prosperity shards for that. So how do we get prosperity? Well, we can get crushed endstone. Okay. How do we get endstone? We go out from a barrel, we get lava, and we put glowstone dust, and that will give us our endstone, which inferium out of there. So let me go ahead. I have the water bucket right here, so we can do that. Let's get the glowstone out of here. Give me a bucket of lava. I'm gonna get a piece of wood just to cover over top, like so. That way water does not get in. I know I don't have an axe right at the moment. Let me clear this up. seems that did not work. Alright, so I figured it out. What you gotta do is you right click on the barrel with the glowstone. I assumed it might have just been a stone barrel thing, so let me try it with the oak. Right here. Yeah, so you can only do that in the stone barrel, which is really good to know. Let's get one more of these because I have a feeling that will do the trick. Then we take the end stone over here and let's do that. That makes it crushed end stone. And then right into the sieve. We got one prosperity shard from that. So let's go to find, where was prosperity? Yeah, right there. Yeah, it is just one of the main components, but we don't get anything from that. We need a lot more prosperity, which means we're going to need a lot more end stone. So I will be right back once I have enough to make our first seed. There we go. We got our prosperity seed base. Now, prosperity seeds, I'm going to show an example. This is something that we cannot just plant. I'm spam clicking right now. You cannot plant prosperity seeds, unfortunately. What we do have out of them is an EMC value. Let me remind myself, transmutation. Let me go at Project E. So I'm looking at this transmutation table and I'm realizing how difficult this is going to be to even get to that point of, well, Project E. Project E is just one of those mods that's been around for a long while. Even the Philosopher's Stone takes a good amount of juice to it. Ultimate Singularity, which is, well, one of the hardest things you can get. So, yeah, that's not something we're going to be able to touch for a minute. But Prosperity Seed Base, what is that used for? Well, first we need our Inferium Gemstone, which Prosperity Shards for a diamond, which I did not make. I made the seed instead. But why did I do that? I frankly don't know. But if I look around here, we'll look at dirt seeds, because that's what we're going to probably need the most of. That you use a tier 1 crafting seed, which is made using Prosperity Seed Base. 4 Prosperity Shards, and 4 Inferium Essence. Then you're going to need 4 more Inferium Essence, and 4 Dirt, just to make the dirt seed. And this goes on and on. Let's say we want to make some diamond seeds. So diamond seeds, in order to make diamond seeds, we need an elite crafting table, which that's already insane on its own, but we need enhanced ender ingot, we need supremium, we need a lot just to make a diamond seed. That's why this is not going to be easy. But we made Inferium. Next up is dirt. So Inferium is just its own. Stone is next. We have dirt. We have wood, ice, which I don't know when we'll get that, and deep slate. We also have fire, air, water, earth seeds to create. So once I get more, once I fill up these lava buckets all the way, we'll be able to start getting more end stone. But in the meantime, let's go check out our mob farm. End stone around in a crafting table, and a diamond pickaxe gives us the end mining portal. So I have a feeling it's going to be just like the regular mining portal, except we're going to be able to get end stone out of this. For that, I'm going to go ahead and make myself 2 diamond hammers, because I have a feeling that we're gonna try and get some end stone here. Oh, that goes like that, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, sweet. Let me clear my inventory. This is fine. I will be back for all of this stuff. Keep the sword in case there's like Endermen or something. And let's go ahead get ourselves in here. Okay, so we are in here. What's this? It wants a diamond pickaxe. Diamond hammer doesn't work. Aluminum frost crystal. Huh. So there are end ores in this, which is a really cool thing to note. We have this frost crystal ore. So that's what these infused frost crystals, which you need, which we're going to need power for that. So that might be something that we try to touch on this episode, is frost stuff. But wow. Yeah, no, this frost armor looks pretty good. Fire weakness is not good. Which it's kind of cool what they do there with how the nether is, well, we all know the nether being all about fire. The end actually being more about ice is pretty interesting. I do like that concept. So yeah, we are getting crushed endstone from this. What I'm going to do real quickly, I wonder if that'll work, and it does. Oh, that's perfect. Let's see. Gonna do this. Let's do a just a large tunnel. Aha, there we go. That's one way of doing it. And we'll be able to, I don't know if mobs spawn in this dimension, much like the last one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there. Boom. Oh, I keep dropping my hammer. And when trying to move. Okay, now that one's done. I think we're gonna have more than enough crushed endstone from that. I didn't think it was gonna fill up my inventory that fast, but I guess so. This is gonna be really good for getting our prosperity shards. Okay, so we are back. We went ahead and sifted through all of that endstone dust that we got. We got prosperity shards galore. We are able to make a stack and probably stack and a half of those shards. But we're going to be needing more and more inferium. So one thing that I'm going to want to set up is an auto mob farm eventually, because once I get that set up, which Enderpearl stacked to 64, that's cool. But once I get that auto mob farm set up, that will be really nice for future reference. But let's go ahead and make the diamond. Actually, I'm probably, no, I'll just make one for now. I forget how many that we need. Let's do that there. And we got a ton of inferium essence as well from that, which is really nice. I do like that. Let's go over here. I'm gonna have to extend that pathway because that's a little too narrow for my liking. Let's go ahead, get some more seeds from here because I'll just plant these all right back down. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, now whatever I get will be used on making more seeds for inferium as well as making these prosperity seeds. And we get food out of it, so I can't complain that much. Alright, we got over a stack now. To make prosperity seeds, let me get that. Yeah, it's just 4 wheat, not 4 wheat, it's just wheat in the middle and then 4 prosperity shards. So let's go ahead, make those like so, and then we'll go ahead and get more seeds once we go back over there. But let's go look at our quest book. So we got our inferium gemstone. We're able to make inferium apple, which is golden apple and inferium essence. So let's get that done real quick. Boom. Bang. There's that. And then was it this? It was. So that gives us a lot more saturation. But this gives us give us absorption, which is really nice. May as well make them all into inferium apples, because why not? And that's a really nice buff to have, especially before we go ahead and do any mob farm stuff, because those guys they are able to hit us. Next, we need to make our inferium infusion crystal. So there's that, and then our shards. Sweet, nice. Got that done. And then inferium ingots. How do we make those? We're gonna need casting tables. Now we're getting into some of the harder or more tedious projects, I should say. So in order to make inferium ingots, we're going to be needing to get into some Tinker's Construct. Now, what does this entail? So if you don't know Tinker's Construct, you need to make a forge. So if I do a seared brick right here, what we need is actual seared brick. For that, we need to smelt grout, which is made from sand and gravel, which is very easily obtainable. So I'm going to cut to once this smeltery is made, and I will be right back. Now we have a dirt seed. So we made our tier 1 crafting seed, which required inferium, prosperity, shards, seed base, which made our tier 1 crafting seed. Combine that with dirt and inferium essence, which gets us to a dirt seed. So we made some more improvement. We upgraded how many inferium seeds that we had, and we also have obviously our wheat farm that is going to be helping us out. So I think the next one that we're going to try to go for is going down the line, get some stone, which is going to take another one of these. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that. Then we have this, so let's make sure. Do we have any more stone? No. So while we wait for this to smelt, let's take all of our iron out. Good, almost 2 stacks of iron. May as well make some diamond armor. Yeah, we don't have any. Boom. Chest piece. We have that. We don't have enough, but we can get 3/4. So let's go ahead and put those all on. We can chuck these off the edge. Get the stone that we need. Boom. Here's that. Now we take the prosperity seed, go 4 there, then on stone all around. Oh, flip-flop those. Oh no, we need the tier 1 crafting seed. Got it. So I was correct. Now we have stone seeds. Sweet. Next up is wood. It's going to be the same exact thing. 1 prosperity shard, 4 inferium. This time we're going to take wood. Oh, that's wrong. We need to make the crafting seed. So we need the prosperity here. That's right. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then inferium. Now we have wood. So we just made 3 new seeds. But that means we're going to need 3 new platforms. My main goal with these platforms is having a seed platform for every type if possible. I understand there are many seeds, so I may have to not have as many as I may want, but that's the vision right now, is to have one platform for each seed. For now though, I'm going to use what was the part of the wheat to use for all of these. So let's go wood, dirt, stone. Let's get these starting to grow, which makes us get wood essence, and we actually got a fertilized essence, which has a 10% drop chance. Now, what do these do? So, stone essence, wood essence, dirt essence. If we go ahead and look, we can use dirt and stone essence to make gravel. Now you see where I'm getting at with the seared brick. That way we don't have to consistently mine with our hammer. Same thing with fire essence and dirt. That makes sand, something that we're also going to need. But that leads us to, how do we get fire? Well, we're going to need to use lava, gravel, and dirt in order to get this fire essence. And once we get 4 of those, we'll be able to make our fire seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and make a few more platforms, and that'll take a second for me, but for you, it'll only be 1 second. So I'm sifting through dust right now because I'm trying to get clay so I can go ahead and get more progress to get to the seared brick. When I just got this dimensional shard, I know nothing about that. What it does, what it is. Also, I'm not even getting clay, which I can get from water and dirt, which is really good. But yeah, no, I have no clue what this dimensional shard does. Let me check that out. So it helps make a dimensional tome, dimensional ingots, dust, and smithing templates. What do the ingots give me? A wrench, device base. Oh, this is for crafting, I believe. Alright, 3, 2, 1. So I just got this dimensional shard, and after looking into this, you're able to get these dimensional ingots out of it. What they do, I haven't been sure. It seems it's really just for powerful weapons, armor tools. For compressing, you can make it. It's used to make aluminium. So I'm not I hope I pronounced that right, but I'm not sure how else to get it other than sieving. I mean, I had a 4% chance of getting it. I was just sieving because I needed clay, which I actually don't think I get clay from sieving dust. That might be a sand only kind of thing. But I was just trying to make some progress to get me seared brick, and, well, look at that. But yeah, I figured that'd be cool to show. I got 3! 4% chance? Psh, nah. 100% chance around these parts. Let's go. That's actually really cool because I think I can only get this from sieving. So the fact that I already got 3 is really cool. Alright, and with that, we just made some gravel and we made some sand. So what I was just doing was grinding out some of this essence. So I'm figuring this out, and what you need to do in order to make dirt, gravel, sand, like we just looked at, is put it into the crafting table. You cannot do it unless you put it into a crafting table, unfortunately. But that is really good that we are able to make that now, because now we can start getting into seared brick, which requires clay, which requires dirt essence and water essence, and it's honestly, it's a lot of grinding to just go ahead and get that. I don't know if you can hear my keyboard, but I am shifting and pressing this button very fast for me. Some people can probably do it quicker, but not me. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and make my way over to the crafting table. Make sure you do it in the top left corner, like so. And then you can see that I have almost 2 stacks of clay blocks. Now I need seared brick. For that I need to make grout. So grout is made by using sand, gravel, clay, and I just made 2 stacks of this. So I will go ahead, throw each of those into the furnace like so, just so I can get my seared brick. Now the seared brick, you need to use seared brick to make a smelter. Now Tinker's Construct is its own thing. So we go all the way down to here, Tinker's Construct. So welcome to Tinker's Construct. I'm going to accept that. We're going to need patterns. We're going to need stations, all of that fun stuff. But then you get into the seared brick. You're going to need all of your smeltery type of stuff, which will get into making castings and such like that. This will all be done. I know I'm technically skipping a few steps, but it is worth it to already now start getting into Tinker's Construct so that I can have my smeltery, which is going to be so useful later on. I've made some progress so far, and right now we are starting to get into our diamond sieves first of all. Second of all, we have made progress. Even though it doesn't look like it, we are starting to get underneath there more so that it grows faster, gives us more essence. But the biggest thing was getting inferium farmland. So what this will do will give us a chance of getting a second seed when we farm. I hope that we get one right here. We should, with how many there are that I've gotten one each time. Yeah, you see at the bottom we have more dirt seeds. So getting these dirt seeds. Oh, no. I need my water here. There we go. Okay. So now with getting these new seeds, we're going to be able to exponentially grow out this farm, which is going to make getting resources so much faster. I am very happy to say that. I see, like, right there we got stone seeds. And what those blocks at the bottom are growth accelerators. So growth accelerators are going to speed up how fast things are going to grow with currently 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So these 5 are going to start growing a bit faster than the others while I am going ahead and doing other things, which is very important, especially right now where I am going for getting gravel, sifting through the gravel, getting more diamonds, gonna upgrade these to diamond meshes and upgrade these furnaces to diamonds as well, while I am slowly waiting for myself to get more and more seeds. So why don't I go ahead, put all these seeds over there, and next time you see me in just a second, we will have our uh, our forge all created and ready to go. Alright, and after a short wait for you, long wait for me, we have our smeltery working like a charm. We have 13 blocks worth of iron in here. So this is like quadrupling how many resources that we get at once, which is amazing, especially with the chunks that we have, turning into just one each. I am very, very happy. We have some diamond furnaces. We also have our mystical agriculture still popping off. We're still doing some great, really great work with that. But at the end of the day, I am sad to say this, but that is all the time I have left for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. If you did, please leave a like, please subscribe, please tell your friends. Let's try to get this video to 10 likes. And thank you so much for watching me play Project Infinity. Next episode, I'm thinking that we're going to still continue to upgrade our storage, upgrade mystical agriculture, get that to its next stages. But something I do want to also work on is building a home for us to live in, not just being on this platform, but actually building something for us. Hence this little cobblestone gateway that I made already. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you had an amazing time, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.